Good evening, everyone. This is delicious Don Juan, the Texas treat, and you are listening to the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, GC. Joining me is Big Mike.
What's up, guys?
And Tommy, running late, got some errands to run.
Yeah, he thought this was a wrestling show, not a wrestling podcast. So
yeah, but he'll be here as soon as he can.
Usually after the first, maybe halfway through the second match. So
yeah, so we'll see if and when he pops in here. So for right now, it's just myself and Mike. Mega Powers 99 Unite. That's right. So that's right. Yeah, I don't know if we can. So
that direction, other direction.
Anyway, today we're going to TNA Slammiversary. We'll talk about this past weekend's hybrid experience event and look ahead to what is happening with United 210 this weekend. And maybe also delve into what in the world is going on with TNA and NXT right now based on some of the results of the Slammiversary. I will definitely say, as somebody who put down the 40 bucks to watch Slammiversary, in part because we wanted to see AJ Styles' appearance, and because my son wanted to see Joe Hendry hopefully win the championship, which, as we know, didn't happen. Let's say that one thing I always appreciate about a TNA crowd, they buy into the storyline so much, and pretty wild stuff. So, other than that, though, any news to discuss right now? I don't know if there's anything major out there right now, other than
no, I don't think there's anything major. I mean, like Undertaker showed up on NXT last night, but you know,
trick. Wild.
Somewhat connected to local stuff. Ren had a match on NXT, which was in Houston. They gave her the jobber entrance as she had Blake Monroe's first match. Of course, continuing this trend of like them trusting her to have the first matches of a lot of the bigger names they bring in. But someone brought up a good point because I was kind of mad at that. They were like, yeah, but she's in Texas. I was like, they might have been afraid that she would have got too big of a pop. Coming back home, that would have interfered with the way they want to present Blake Monroe. So I was like, oh, you know what? Good point. Because there were several Texas people in that crowd. Michael May, Eliana, the ring announcer, were there. So, yeah,
over. Yeah.
Yeah, Ren lost, unfortunately, but she's one of the most solid women's wrestlers they have, like, in the ring. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, she's good at everything. I just, wish they'd give her a push. By the way, Angel, Jason, now Sean, thanks, guys, for being here. As always, we do appreciate it.
Maybe it's one of those pay your dues kind of thing or something like that. Like, we know how good she is, but they just got to build her up to that.
I mean, I get that, except they bring in so many people, and so many of the NIL people they push that don't have – they have to learn the wrestling, like, natural, like, feel in the ring. Like, they're good athletes. They've got a character, but like the wrestling's not natural. That's what always I find kind of interesting. But I get it. Yeah. Also, kind of a strange thing, actually, shifting over to AEW. Cole Cabana got beat up Saturday night. By Death Threat. Did you see this?
I saw the clips and videos of it. Well, I mean, I guess we were wondering what would happen if the Death Riders didn't have the championship, and Cole Cabana is suddenly the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here with this, so yeah,
it was strange, but good. I mean, good for him, kind of being on TV again.
Yeah, getting beat up. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
What's up, Jabe? Yeah, Tommy's running late. He'll hopefully be here in the next 10 minutes or so. He thought it was a wrestling show, so by the second match.
Speaking of stuff on TV, John Cena's last appearance in the city of San Antonio was on SmackDown, and for as much as he's trying to be a heel, it is hard to hate a guy when he's showing up in Spurs themed gear.
Yeah, I
you know,
hate how good that gear was.
yes,
Granted, it's because the Spurs stuff is so good, but
it is. And if I had attended that SmackDown, my wife and I were out of town that
yeah,
weekend. But if I had attended, I would have been like, you know what? Definitely got to get that hat. The hat was badass. I'm kind of a
yeah,
cat person.
yeah,
Um, and the towel was kind of cool too. But that
yeah.
was pretty badass. So I really like that. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, actually, speaking of
Oh,
news, hey, what's up, guys?
I'm here. Give me a second. Camera.
It's the Big Mike Show. I have taken. No, I'm just kidding. One thing that's kind of related to that I actually saw that I just remembered that really upsets me with now how things have gone, given two people. Apparently, Travis Scott is done with WWE.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, but it really upsets me that they made him and The Rock such a focal point for them to just disappear and kind of crap on the beginning of Cena's heel turn, the end of this whole thing. Like,
I don't know.
ooh, James, I didn't want to talk about that. We'll get to that when we talk about hybrid. That was awkward.
Satire Spinner Boat. I missed that one.
No, the one before that, but also.
Oh. Okay. Um, yeah, for all the hits that they've had as far as celebrities being involved, Travis Scott was definitely a miss.
God, so bad.
I'm glad. Thankfully, this news means he's not going to be involved in the future.
I hope not either.
Stick to celebrities they're going to actually put the effort in, like Bad Bunny, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, every appearance he had, like the first appearance, he was with Jey Uso, and I don't know if you remember, he was like, I was like, who's this dude like interrupting Jey Uso's like they were up in the stands or whatever, and he was just kind of like trying to hog the spotlight, and I was like,
I have no clue. Yeah.
it was weird. And then the one time he came down with a blunt and pretended like it was sage, and was like doing the whole like, oh, I'm blessing this. I was like, everyone's like, dude, it's a big old blunt. Come on.
You're not a priest. If you're going to do it, you have to have the right form with the thing, So, I mean,
well, that's just the Catholic. There's
Catholic.
also There's also the more spiritual, like sage burning, those kind of people.
There is, but there's nothing more seamless the way a Catholic priest does it. Like they have that sucker. Like that was always just a marvel to watch as a kid. The way they controlled that, I was like, man, that's the coolest thing. So yeah. Let's see. All right.
Angel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess the rest of the news we can talk about when we get into some of the results out of Slammiversary.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start with Hybrid Experience. Were you back in town in time for that event? I don't know.
Yeah, because that was Sunday night. So I came in Saturday, and that was Sunday night.
That's right. Yeah. How was it? I didn't get to attend, but how was this show?
It was another great show. It was oddly more humid in that gym, even though it wasn't as hot outside that night. It was strange, but Angel, James, also, if y'all want to throw in the chat any of your comments as we kind of go through things. They kicked off with a 6-man tag match. It was Chaos Galvan, Animo, and then there was a guy. There was a group from El Paso, God of Wrestling or something like that. I forgot the official group name that was there. So there was a bunch of luchadors from El Paso that were in for the show. So it was supposed to be originally Chris Barton. He got replaced by another guy from El Paso. So it was like basically literally 3 luchadors versus Cosmo Orion, Rick Chase, and him. 3 young dudes. Cosmo Orion we did see at the last United show. We were having the fun with him and Danny O'Ryan, who I always assumed they were like related or their characters are supposed to be, and they're not. Like they just look similar and have the same last name. They did unfortunately pull off the win against the Luchadors with some underhanded tactics. Good match though. All of them just pulling off incredible moves and stuff. We had another 6-man tag, which was Dead Man's Hand, but it was Jay Young and Freak Show with Brock Ali, who, if you saw the promo on social media and from the last show, Freak Show kind of offered him a possibility of being in Dead Man's Hand. Jay Young not as big on the proposition, and so Living in Fashion recruited Jaden Valentino, which seems like a very natural part to add to their group. And it was a good match. Obviously, Brock and Jaden have a lot of history with each other. Basically, they've been fighting each other since they started wrestling.
Yeah.
They did pull out the win. Dead Man's Hand. Brock Ali was getting a little overexcited at times. Thought he automatically became a member when he won, and Jay Young took off his shirt. Like, he literally made his own Dead Man's Hand shirt, and then Jay Young took it off him and said, "Not yet." So it's still like in training. You know, they used to have treats in training. I guess this is a hand in training.
Yeah,
this is a hit or a dit. So some other matches, pretty badass Riot Party, Armani and Rilo against Chaos and I think his name is Cobarde Jr. It's some El Paso luchadors. Pretty badass Riot Party got the win there. As much as we don't like them and they're horrible people, they're a really good tag team and they're kind of on the up and up here. So something to keep your eyes on. Ridley Thorne challenged Key Vibes for the women's title. They had a hell of a match, but Key did wind up retaining in the end. Pretty good match. Ridley was obviously upset. They shook hands afterwards, but I think she's really upset about letting that title opportunity slip through her hands. Anar Kadash and Calientita continued their fight with each other. And this, Calientita pulled off a win thanks to help from J-Wave, as usual. So, but Ash did get to hit J-Wave with his crutch. So, good for that. What else do we have? We had, Jesse Funaki, who is now, what is it, the High Prince of Drop Kicks or something like that. I liked it. It was nice, and his drop kicks are Bob Holly, Randy Orton-esque, like right up there.
Nice.
He faced what appears to be like one of the veteran luchadors from El Paso, Dragon. And Dragon was really playing it up as a heel, like, oh, this is the kid y'all like, come on. Good match. Kicked him around quite a bit. But Jesse pulled off the win in the end. Jesse's on the up and up. He's someone I wouldn't be surprised got signed within the next year easily. If Cali, and then finally in the main event, it was Texas Kingdom, Rob Love and Stash with the champ Casey Blackrose versus Texas Street, which was not Marvel. It was Diego Rene, the returning Don Juan, and then David Teen. So kind of an odd thing because at RCW, the Von Erich show, he got kicked out at the very end. However, according to David Teen, since then he talked to Marvel. He bought Marvel an all-expense-paid fishing trip down to the coast for a second chance. So the treats, Diego and Don Juan were like, all right. And I'm not going to lie, I thought Teen was trying to set them up to get some revenge, but he fought for them again. So I don't know if he's officially back or it's a temporary thing or what. But luckily, the Texas Kingdom got the win on this one with the aid of the referee, Abby Park, who I don't know if we mentioned at the last show. She was coming out during the main event last show to be the backup referee because the main referee got knocked out. Don Juan hit her in the back of the head with the baby powder as she was trying to just come do her job. So this time when Vance got knocked out, Abby came out. Don Juan was pinning someone, and she did the 1, 2. That old thing as a special guest ref. The Kingdom rolled him up, and then she did a fast count on him. So getting herself a little revenge against the Texas Treats. Y'all say the Texas Treats are we the best, but they lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know what y'all are talking about. They got beat. But great show overall. Hybrid never disappoints. And some of those champions, Casey was mentioning it's coming up on 1 year since he won last August as Hybrid champ. Jesse just won his belt, but he's starting to defend it a bunch. He's been defending her belt. It's the tag team champions, they were handed to the Texas Streets last show, so Nothing special there. But
You mentioned the David Teen thing. Is there a Bucky's under construction somewhere between here and the Von Erich Ranch that maybe like kind of messed things up?
ooh, there possibly could be. There could have been
That's something to
some.
think about.
There could have been a rip in the Texas Bucky's.
The reason I say that too is because past couple weeks I've been back and forth between here and San Marcos here in Austin, and obviously we know about the real big Bucky's in New Braunfels. They're building one on the other side of San Marcos, between San Marcos and Kyle. So just throwing it out there, San Marcos itself is about to become a hotbed of wrestling in its own multiverse, and then you got to basically jump in through two multiverses before you get to Austin at this point. So yeah, just
no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, guys, I can't read the chat, so all of y'all. No, y'all are right. The Texas treat sucks. Katie's a great ref. We should make sure this is highlighted in the wrestling book. No, great comments, guys. I mean, I'm not going to throw them on the screen. We don't need to do that, but
yeah,
y'all are all correct
yeah,
there.
I'm doing great. All right, they haven't announced when the next show is for Hybrid.
I don't think so. James or Angel, if y'all remember, I don't remember them saying the show, but I don't always pay attention when people talk because I got like ADHD and stuff. So
and they didn't post one on their Facebook site. Usually they do the next day, but
Okay.
they didn't have that. But I believe there was an announcement earlier. They're involved in some sort of like a wrestling alliance thing. I forget what it was.
So okay. I don't know if you remember back in January of 2024 or February, something like that. Me and Tommy went to the show at what is it, Rodeos or Cowboys, right? Over on the
Cowboys
Northeast.
Dance Hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was Women of Wrestling. Melina and Alicia Fox were attached to it, and then they had a bunch of somewhat well-known, like some pretty well-known women's indie talent. A bunch of local Texas girls got to wrestle on the show. Callie wrestled on the show. The Queen Bees, who were still a team at the time, wrestled on the show. Really kind of interesting stuff. Allison Kay was there. And it sounded like they were going to try and take this, around the U.S. and start stuff, but apparently it died out kind of quickly. RVD and what's her name was Katie Forbes were part of it. So apparently that's somewhat morphed into, or some connection to it, of only wrestlers, which is like a place where wrestlers specifically can kind of have like a service where you can like pay to follow them and interact. And I don't think it's necessarily like the other only ones, but I guess it's possible. But
blurring the lines, I guess. I don't know. So
I suppose I don't know. So it's a service similar to that.
Is this kind of when they had like a custom match service? People try to do like that custom match thing where you paid.
I don't know. That's been around for a while.
Yeah,
I remember that back in the day. But
when that first started up, that was kind of huge, and now it's like okay, so I don't know. But,
yeah. Okay, James says August 16th is the next hybrid show, so
August 16th,
we'll double check that and confirm. But he's usually pretty on top of things.
The first weekend right after everybody goes back to school. So
Of course.
Sorry, Mike. Of course. Yeah.
That'd be nice to get back to.
All right. Well, from hybrid, let's move into Slammiversary, which took place the same night. And by the way, this was the first time ever since they made the switch on the pay-per-views to TNA Plus pay-per-view that I've actually gone through and actually purchased it, ahead of time. I will say this: it's pretty seamless. Obviously, anybody can get a TNA Plus plan. There's some free content on there that you can get. There is the annual plan, which is like $9.99 a month, and that gets you like the TNA Plus events, like Against All Odds, those types of things, and then some of the video on demand content. And then there's even more to pay on annually, which gets you the pay-per-views as well, or you can just buy the pay-per-views individually. I will say it's pretty seamless. I mean, I logged into my computer, I purchased it on the computer, and then logged into the TNA Plus app on my Roku, was able to watch it that way. And by the way, when they say it's $39.99, they mean $39.99 because they break it down. Like it was like 36 something plus the sales tax to bring it to the $39.99. So I'm assuming they do that in all states or something like that.
That's interesting, but okay.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing with it.
No, that's cool.
But obviously the main motivation wanting to purchase this too was the announcement that AJ Styles was involved, and we didn't know if it was going to be a match. I assumed he was going to come out and do some sort of promo work or whatever's making an appearance, talk, who knows. Much in the similar vein to where Christian Cage did it years ago with TNA or Impact at the time. So
yeah,
but also because my son wanted to see Trick, Hendry, and Santana, and I definitely wanted to see it too. But for a good amount of it, this felt like a TNA versus NXT pay-per-view. Invasion, dare I say?
Well,
But
especially with some of the results.
yeah. I do want to bring this up on the pre-show. Mike, the Inspiration did not beat the Elegance brand.
I know. I would have been
Yeah,
all over it if they had. So.
yeah. Not a clean finish, a little wild, but a strong showing by Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. Been a while.
Can,
It seems like forever since they've been on TV.
can I
So
can I make a hot take?
sure.
And I don't. I always want to be careful with the way I say things like this because I don't want to come across like rude to them. But I kind of miss Jessica McKay's like darker hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they both kind of like they look very similar now.
Almost like twins.
Yeah, which is cool, but like I don't know, I miss her darker hair. So
other pre-show matches. First off, I love the hometown man gimmick. It is fantastic. If you guys don't know what this is basically Cody Deaner in a mask, and wherever place they are, that's where he's from. He's the hometown man. He gets the pop over. It is awesome. It is hilarious. It's one of those fun gimmicks. So yeah.
One quick thing before you go on, just because I thought some people might like to see this. You were talking about Biden on the Roku for this one. Sean mentioned that he had shared something with me that NWA is going to be on Roku soon, or it already is. I'm not sure, but you're going to be able to watch their stuff. And
is this the free channel or like a subscription based thing, Sean? Like, do you know?
I thought it was like a channel, like that was like a free channel. But yeah, we'll check into that. But I know he had sent me something about that earlier last week.
That's interesting.
So yeah, and some of the NWA stuff they film out of here, the Texas stuff gets shared with that. So
okay, more free wrestling on Roku. I like it. So yeah. All right, into the main card. Just some quick results. 29th. What do you mean 29th? Bernsey.
I don't know.
Okay. Can you clarify? Mustafa Ali defeats Cedric Alexander. Matt Cardona in the System defeats Dark State. So there's one TNA win over NXT group.
Which is actually kind of interesting because I feel like Dark State was supposed. I mean, they were supposed to be like the. I call it Disruption now because I forgot what its real name was. I still call it that because
I don't remember.
We had that whole thing going for like a year during. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, like I don't know. They haven't quite been what they seem like.
The most surprising result to me of the night was this next one. Indy Hartwell defeats Tessa Blanchard. And it wasn't like a dirty finish or anything. This was a clean finish, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So
I almost feel with some of the results since she's been back that she's like, I don't know if I want to say it like this, but like taking losses to kind of like bring back her reputation, be like, look, I'm not all the things you thought I was.
Well, the New York crowd didn't forget about that.
The crowds don't forget about it.
They laid into Tessa the entire match. Whenever she had an offense, calling her racist, it was crazy. So I don't know if the original plan was for Indy to take the booking or to take the win. Maybe it was an audible called mid-match, but still, it's a hell of a thing for Indy's push she's got going on TNA. So I really thought they're going to put it on Tessa.
I really hope she has a strong indie run like some of these wrestlers have done in the past, and maybe comes back one day or goes to AEW. Honestly, like Indy Hartwell was so cool. I kind of, again, Index is one of my favorite things that has been done in wrestling in the past 20 years. And I kind of miss her on TV. Like she was pretty cool. Also, I just want to point this out real quick. If you look at Angel's comments, the best podcast in San Antonio without libations, that's because Tall Can Listening and our friend Knopf has the best podcast with libations because they drink on their show as part of like their thing. So,
well, we probably can every now and then. Just depends on the show and depends on the week. Don't be surprised if in a couple of weeks Mike has one because literally that's after the first day of school we'll be having a show. So, yeah.
Well, no, like 2 days after. Yeah. We go back on the Monday, but.
Dude. Tina goes back that day. Okay. Wow. So, all right. Now on to the big championship matches here. JC Jane is now NXT Women's and TNA Knockouts champion after defeating Masha Slamovich. So, yeah, the mood in the crowd. Look, I said this already. The TNA crowd is very much into the storyline. booing NXT talent as great as they may be, cheering for the TNA talent. And they were, I mean, upset. It was quiet. It was mad. I mean, it was just a mood. But in my head, I was thinking, okay, JC Jane wins. Here's Tommy. In my head, I'm thinking JC Jane wins. There's no way later on that Trick is going to keep the title, right? So
what's up? Second match just got underway, guys.
Yeah, right. What's up, Tommy?
How's it going?
We're in the middle of discussing Slammiversary. Just got through talking about how Indy Hartwell got a huge victory over Tessa Blanchard, who was called racist throughout her match by the New York crowd. But getting into the result, JC Jane defeating Masha Slamovich now carries the NXT Women's Championship and the TNA Knockouts Championship on the women's side.
Good.
That's just bull. I don't get that. That makes no sense to me. The booking decisions for most of that show made no sense to me. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of me almost feels bad for JC Jane in this respect. I don't think she was ever booked to be as strong as she's being presented now, previous to build up to it. She's a talented wrestler. She was well known on the indies before coming for her, well known. Like, she had a good run. But with all the women they were bringing in through NXT, especially over the last year and a half, she was never presented as a threat to any of them. Like, yeah, they had what's her group? It's not Fatal Attraction. It's Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
But again, like, it never felt like it was something that was going to go against Julia or Stephanie when she was there, or Jordan originally. I know it is now. So when she won that, and now this, like, I feel like it's going to make people turn on her more than it's going to get fans behind her, like, to respect her. But I don't know.
Last week I told Tommy what Tina says about JC Jane, and she kind of reiterated too after watching her win this, is that she calls JC Jane Sasha Banks 2.0. And now that she's
I can't unsee it after he said
now
that.
the way she held up both titles is like, oh, now she's really trying to be Sasha Banks. Tina's words, not mine. Really trying to be Sasha Banks, holding up, becoming the belt collector thing.
Sasha or Mercedes Moné, because saying you're Sasha Banks 2.0 doesn't sound like an insult. Sasha Banks was pretty flipping awesome.
Okay, well, yeah, but the mannerisms, that sort of thing, like, she's just kind of really copying that gimmick, and now kind of combining a little bit with the Mercedes Moné being like the belt collector thing too, so what I mean. So, but yeah, I mean, nothing against her. I mean, that's what she's booked to do. But I'm, and we'll talk about this, the plan between TNA and NXT later when we get after the main event. Crazy, and obviously, best match of the night was Leon Slater and Moose. Hands down. And Leon Slater, they really pushed about how he's trying to be the youngest and X Division champion ever, and now he is not even 21 years old yet. Moose and them went back and forth, held their own. Moose had some crazy good spots. Oh Jesus, he's decided to show up. Oh my Lord. Anyway,
okay.
First of all, the finish of it, Slater gets the victory. His Swanton 450 is so amazing to see, by the way. And it took two of those to beat Moose, by the way. So,
first time I saw him do that, I thought he did it wrong. I'm not even joking. The first time he did it, I was like, see, oh, he botched it. And then
he's gonna land on his head, and then he does.
Yeah, the midway that he corrected it, I was like, of all the gravity, physics defying BS I see in pro wrestling, that's in my new top 5, because how in the literal did he pull that off? Because no, I'm dead serious. When I saw him like he was like spread out, I was like then he was like turning. I was like oh he botched it. You know what I thought? I thought he confused what move he was doing in his head midway through. I know it sounds funny. That's legitimately what I thought. Like, that's where my brain went. It's like, oh, he thought wrong, and then when the move connected like he intended, I legitimately was like, oh, okay, I'm just stupid, and I have no right to comment on.
But what if that's how he discovered it as a move?
I would respect it even more.
He was trying to.
He was like, oh shit, what am I doing?
And then he landed. He was like, wait a minute.
He was like going too far on the swanton, decided to tuck, and then turn it into a 450.
Like Fan Four Stick. Do that again. Okay.
Psychology match was great. Finish was great, and surprising to see Moose shake his hand and hand the title over, especially as much of a monster as he is. But it has me wondering where Moose is going next, where he's jumping in, where he's going after the title.
I heard he's taking some time off because he was working kind of sore.
Okay.
But given the fact that he's been carrying the company on his back for the past 2 or 3 years, that's fair. So
pretty much, yeah. So Leon is celebrating, and then we get old school AJ Styles TNA music hits. Pretty much is obviously the pop of the night, even to the point where Leon Slater was jumping up and down like he was big fan Bailey, old school. Just happy to have AJ come out.
I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, and AJ came out, really talking about some of the legends that he helped build in TNA, saying he was happy to be back. Talked about Christopher Daniels, talked about Samoa Joe, Amazing Red, Homicide, even name drops Homicide as well in there, that they built the X Division. And yeah,
all facts.
Yeah, I was gonna stop him when he was wrong.
But then he puts over Leon Slater, like saying he's the future of the X Division, and in my head I'm like, no pressure. You can't legally drink, but shit, no pressure. You're carrying the weight of this division on your shoulders now. Interestingly enough, the fans were chanting for AJ one more match, and he said, really, we'll get to that later. But when he finished his promo, he dropped the mic, music hits, and just, where one of those where the camera's looking at him, he doesn't have the mic on. He's like, oh, I forgot about the match thing. Like, look, from what I've read reports later on is that he was supposed to do some sort of segment that Kazarian was in a little bit later, where Kazarian which by the way was involved with the main event. And WWE said, no, don't do that. A lot of people are saying they don't want to potentially promise a match if it may not happen, as they're trying to set up some sort of Kazarian AJ Styles thing. But that's why they had him come out and put Leon Slater over. But do you guys think there's a chance? I mean, we're 3 months away from Bound for Glory, which they announced is October 12th. Could we see AJ Styles wrestle at Bound for Glory, potentially against Kazarian?
I'm saying if you're going to screw over TNA this bad up until this point, you might as well give them something.
Yeah.
I don't see a point in not letting AJ have one more match in TNA. And here's why. Of all the people who got screwed over in TNA and did not get a chance to fix that being screwed over, you're not going to let AJ Styles. So I saw one comment on YouTube. It said, literally, this is the house that AJ Styles built. And I have never in my entire life agreed with the YouTube comment more. Yeah. Because AJ Styles is why I even really found TNA. Well, Amazing Red was, but AJ Styles is the reason why I kept watching TNA. Because he was what got me in the door. And that's what, and honestly, the TNA years is what moved AJ up to he's in my top 5. AJ Styles is. He's in my top 5. And his time in TNA is because of that. And the way he was unceremoniously kicked out, didn't let release, but how he walked out. Like they wanted to pay him less. Everybody in that whole company, you have AJ Styles on your roster, and you want to pay AJ Styles less money because he's not the draw? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah,
Angel. You said this twice. Are you saying you heard us say Christopher Daniels, or you want AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels?
What's her name?
Oh, I know, Angel. Fallen Angel. I get it.
Yes.
No.
So when she started calling me microplastics, I would call her Christopher Daniels because Fallen Angel was the first thing that popped in my head.
Okay.
So I didn't see that, Angel. Sorry.
Right. I would. Okay. If they could somehow work out this thing with WWE, TNA, AEW, I would love that. But I think Daniels is actually done.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the thing with Hangman was pretty.
Yeah, and I think and now he's in a managerial role for Scorpio Sky and Top Flight and Layla Gray. Yeah. So I think he's actually done.
Okay.
Because honestly, here's another thing: people don't realize how long Daniels has been wrestling. That we just didn't know until TNA. He been wrestling since the mid '90s.
I used to get those wrestling magazines all the time, and when they would talk about the indies, or I guess there was kind of the end of some of the territories. Like I remember hearing about the fallen angel Christopher Daniels all the time.
Yeah.
So much that there was even a rumor that he was going to be brought in to be the higher power.
The higher power,
in that whole Undertaker thing.
Wow.
Because that was his gimmick. Like he was much more like the priest and the thing at the time.
Yeah. Did you guys hear? I just saw this story today. He told a story about they were talking about his best moonsault ever, how Tiffany Stratton does it, but it was with Chris Van Vliet, and he said he actually met and had a match with Jacob Fatu on the Indies. And when he said they were talking about the match, he asked him. He said, "So what's your finisher?" And Jacob Fatu said, "Well, it's the best moonsault ever." And Daniel said, "Well, maybe not do that tonight." But he said, like with Tiffany Stratton, he's very honored that like there are people who do that move now, and like even like he said he's never met Tiffany Stratton, but he has. But since he met Jacob Fatu, he's like he's honored that it's a tribute to him. So I think it's really cool like how people are doing that now and how he's really like he's not being the veteran thing of they're taking him out. He's like, oh, that's cool. They do the move. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So, yeah. Because God forbid if someone would deal with leg drop as a finisher, and God forbid they be a filler. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? My bad.
I don't know. I heard something. Might have been
whatever.
All right.
Okay, I can't hear anything.
Okay, cool.
Ladder match for the TNA Tag Team Championships, and here's what I'm going to say about this match. We found a new way to get up a ladder to get a title, and I don't know if you've seen the highlights, but they literally broke every ladder at ringside that they had. Literally. Every ladder. They did some of the most insane spots. Literally every ladder was broken in half. There's no way they're going to use it. So what does Jeff Hardy do? Gets to the stage guy, presses a button, and literally a rope ladder comes down from the ceiling. And all of a sudden, you have everyone fighting over a rope ladder again. It was so awesome and hilarious.
That's hilarious.
It's worth it. So, but it was such a great spot. Hardy's come out winning, or now the new TNA Tag Team Champions after claiming it. And yes, Mike, I know you don't want to hear this, but yeah, Bully Ray did make an appearance.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. Very positive promo, basically setting up Team 3D versus the Hardys at Bound for Glory, potentially for the tag titles if they're still champions. And literally the next day, the news came out that Devon has lost like 80 some odd pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have
DDP.
seen.
No, I did see that.
DDP,
yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Had been recovering from surgery and been put on weight, and so
I just no, and
I'll have to get Bertie's comment.
I just want to point this out. Wait, who?
Bertie's comment.
Tell me, listen here, brother.
It is 2025.
Yeah,
and there is a good chance by the end of this year, we are going to have a tag team match that the Hardys wrestle in together, Team 3D wrestles in together, and Edge and Christian wrestle in together. Because the talk in AEW is that they're going to bring them back to face FTR. Yeah. Even though, like, they're sworn enemies, Edge saved Christian at the pay-per-view. But he said, apparently when he came out on Dynamite...
By the way, that pop was ridiculous in that building when that happened.
When he came back, he said, I still hate Christian. That's why I danced on the stage for a while before I actually... He's like, I
thought you spoke to Jeff Hardy.
That's what everyone was saying, but apparently...
a Rhea Ripley thing.
Like apparently in his promo... He did, but apparently in his promo the next... Or whatever, he was like... I still kind of hate him, so I wasn't in a rush, but I did want to get an FTR. I was like, okay, that actually, you know what? That follows storyline. I'm down with that.
I mean, if I'm making a long way to return, I better get my goddamn pyro in.
Like if Tommy had to go save Callie for some reason, he would take his time.
Oh my God! Like, shoot, I'd be the Undertaker.
He would combine the Undertaker entrance
with the Roman Reigns
promo, a little bit of the Roman Reigns. Triple H when he returned from injury, because that shit took longer than any other Undertaker.
Oh my God, yeah, he took forever to remember that one.
My question is, obviously they're setting this up, Hardys versus Team 3D at Bound for Glory, whether or not it's for the titles or not. And that's great. I mean, Devon has said he wants this to be his last match. Maybe this is the last time we see Team 3D. We see as we all say, hopefully, maybe. I know Mike especially, potentially Bully Ray in the ring. A part of me wants them to work out some sort of crazy deal where we can get Christian Cage and Colin Cope involved with this somewhere, and just have the three of them in a match for one more time.
I mean, Brandon Oliver just.
But it would be. kind of cool to see. I don't know if it could happen, obviously, with the way the relationship is between, or lack thereof, between WWE and AEW. But
no, I know. But also, this is my thing. Whenever it comes back to these older wrestlers of nostalgia, I'd also be a little afraid to have the match, and then it's not what it has been in the past, because they set some pretty high flipping standards back in the day. And even when they've come back, time and time again, and they've done kind of little ideas of that, it's never quite what's supposed to be.
I don't know if they should do all that, because I feel like the Hardys and Dudley should be enough, in my opinion. And because the Edge and Christian side of things, in a way, I think they were able to kind of be more successful as single stars than the other teams. No offense to them, because I think and with respect to Matt, I think Jeff became the bigger star and was always viewed as the bigger star. Bully Ray was kind of surprisingly the bigger star as a singles wrestler. That honestly I didn't see coming, but hey, he pulled it off.
Surprises me too.
I mean, if only they hadn't fucked up the whole aces and eights thing after that big reveal.
Yeah, that could have been even bigger. Yeah.
They're still revealing members to this day.
Yeah. You guys didn't hear Callie was in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, she was.
So who has more members, NWO or aces and eights?
Yes.
They had like a. She had a power trek to join the biker gang.
Yeah, I heard Don Juan was in there too.
Okay.
I heard Christopher Daniels was in there for a minute as the Curry Man.
Oh man, I hope the hometown man's in there too sometime. Yeah,
he was definitely.
He was one of the nameless bikers at first.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh Jesus Christ! First of all, let's go through these comments. Some of these are great. Matt Hardy says it's gonna be a tables match. Appropriate enough, I think so. Yeah. I don't want Adam to climb the biggest ladder and try to do a spear on Jeff.
Oh, so apparently Mindrunner just joined the chat and has your exact same thought, JC.
Wow, he
Yeah, missed out. Yeah, could AEW loan? I literally said that. I would love to see it just for that one night. Come on, just one time. Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view of TNA's year. Would love to see it. Just to have the three of them. Triple threats match. I mean, the tag title's on the line. If they're still holding it a few months later, that'd be insane. So,
or you know what? Let's do this on completely neutral ground. Let's because like Mike said, Brendan Oliver earlier. Let's finally get in Freeman Coliseum with RCW, completely neutral territory. RCW don't belong to nobody. Let's just have it here. Let's just do this thing. And that happens, Brendan Oliver, if I do not get a front row ticket as an RCW honoree, you and me are gonna have a problem.
Oh, shut or as your daughter honors, you're going to get it free.
Or as his daughter's favorite calculus teacher, I also agree that I should get a front row seat.
And JC is also here.
Man.
Yeah, JC's a great coach.
I could bring a softball team.
You're a great coach, so
if they were to pull, don't be surprised if they pull this off.
I just love Birdie's comment.
Jeez, I think I was possibly.
I
think you were.
I don't know. We weren't really friends then.
You were like the assistant to the vice president, the administrative assistant to something like that. Anyway, if they were to pull that Freeman, make it cinematic. Fuck it, call it the greatest tag team match ever. Like Edge and Orton was the greatest match.
This would be the only time I would allow that. That would be the only time I would allow that. Because I still am not okay with that greatest match of all time thing. Because that's still
Mindrunner bringing some heat in the comments.
I know
she really would. I mean, he's not wrong though. And said so.
Finally, main event: Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, Mike Santana. Hell of a match, and why I think we could potentially see an AJ Kazarian thing is that Kazarian was ringside. I forget who it was that had the pin, but I think it was Hendry or someone. Hendry had the pin. I want to say on Santana, and Kazarian pulled Hendry off of him. And because the whole obviously the fans laid into him, the commentators laid into him, like, why are you doing this to TNA? Blah blah. Referee threw Kazarian out from ringside. But it circles back around. Trick is playing like he's hurt. It's Hendry and Santana, which, by the way, they work fantastic together.
Yeah.
Santana's the finisher. Trick runs in, throws Santana out, gets the pin on Joe Hendry, and is still champion. Now, granted, when Trick came out, I really had a feeling he wasn't going to lose the title. They gave him a freaking gospel choir. And he came out wearing the robe that Booker T wore while he was TNA champion.
That kind of was what sold it for me.
And I was like, oh my God.
So I'm just going to go. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to go ahead and say that TNA has dropped the ball with Joe Hendry. I don't care if he wins it at Bound for Glory at this point. I feel like you've had perfect opportunities. You've kind of messed it up multiple times. I just don't get it. But
And a Bill missed opportunity to have Santana win because they really played him up as the hometown guy too. You know, Brooklyn, this, that. They were in Long Island, so yeah.
And also, I feel bad for Santana because I feel like he's gonna win it at some point. I just feel like this should have been the spot because, A, I just like the dude, and B, it's like that would have been like the ultimate sticking point. Now, if this all leads up to AJ kind of winning it, I'll be more okay with that. But I didn't like Reverend Devon. Actually, you know what? My runner, I actually did like Reverend Devon, and I'm mad they didn't do more with that because as a man who was raised in a Baptist church and has a grandfather who was a preacher and other grandfather who was a deacon, that was more accurate than any of y'all realize.
You say that the fans in the arena were chanting Reverend Dion while Bully Ray was out there too.
nice.
So, yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But I you know what I want? I want someone from TNA who keeps screwing over TNA in these matches to just say, I just want to be signed by WWE. That's why I keep doing that. I just want them to say that. Yeah, I just want to say it. I want to just say it. Just to stop the lies. We know the truth. Just say it. You want WWE to sign you. So you keep screwing over TNA so WWE will sign you.
I mean, yeah.
But thank you. See how obvious it is now once I said it out loud?
Mike, you mentioned that TNA's really screwed up the thing with Joe Hendry here. I think it's safe to say.
I didn't clap earlier.
Yeah, right. No, but even though he lost at WrestleMania, you pretty much saying at this point WWE has used Joe Hendry better than TNA has. I mean,
kind of. He was on WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, took it out. I mean, he did win.
But then again, maybe that's why they're not giving him the title because they know he's just waiting for that contract.
I don't even know when his contract is up. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure Triple H does.
Joe Hendry's just lucky he's from England and not from other foreign countries. So
wow.
Well, of the singles titles in TNA at this point, the top men's and the top women's championships are now held by NXT wrestlers.
When did you say Bound for Glory was again? Like October
12th.
So the only thing
Massachusetts.
I can assume is they think that like TNA winning them back at that stage will be a bigger story, but I don't know. It just,
I mean, it is their big WrestleMania.
Okay,
you know. So
I get that, but Slammiversary is legitimately to celebrate TNA. That was my problem with it. It's literally to celebrate TNA.
Right.
That's like having WCW win all the matches at WrestleMania, which they would never let happen.
or a match.
Or a match, or a match at WrestleMania. You know, so. But we don't know. There was that time Goldberg beat Lesnar. Of course, no one gave a damn about the match anyway. But you know, that's how little it mattered because everyone forgot that even happened at WrestleMania 20. So, yeah.
I was of the thought process. One, I thought Moose was going to beat Leon Slater, thinking that okay, if Moose wins this match, Trick may retain, and then he's using option C at Bound for Glory to try and claim the title and keep it in TNA. That's what my thought process was. So when Slater won the X Division Championship, I was like, okay, maybe they're getting it off Trick, especially with JC Jane winning that championship. They pulled this, and yeah, granted, great heel finish, great story you're telling here. This is, Summer of Punk-esque, but for, a TNA title kind of thing, you know what I mean? So if we're thinking Trick is going to drop it at Bound for Glory, who takes it off of him?
Well, I know what the chat's saying apparently, but
actually, I'm agreeing with the chat.
Santana win will be less impactful. Yeah, I mean, it's not in his hometown. I could see that.
I don't know. Like again, it seems like the obvious answer should be Joe Hendry, but he's had his chances against Trick, and they keep screwing him over. Santana, I'm fine with. It's
Especially
Cody
since he's
and
not the one that got pinned there too, right?
Yeah.
So, that could be a hell of a story.
Yeah.
So.
Also, though, to point out on, I kind of mentioned it in passing, but on NXT, Undertaker showed up and beat up Trick Williams and chokeslammed him. So everyone would cheer the Undertaker because that's what NXT.
American Badass too, by the way.
That's what NXT is about. The young guys. Anyways,
I got nothing for that.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
Yeah, Santana had the Jey Uso. He really did have the Jey Uso entrance coming in through the crowd, but they had him look like he was sitting backstage at first, and he opens the door, and the crowd's right there. Was like, did you really just have Santana sitting in a bathroom? Where the hell was he sitting right there?
I felt like he was more like Raven. They had him stuck in the back
or a maintenance closet or some shit.
Right
like
as
that.
he's walking out, you're
right.
Like,
you know, hope he washed his hands. Hand
sanitizer.
Yeah. I'm curious to know though where they go with the Knockouts Championship. Who takes it off JCJ?
Okay,
Where are they pulling with this?
Give me Indy Hartwell at this point.
You know what? After a big win over Tesla, definitely. Yeah.
You know what?
So
okie dokie.
Again, I think you weren't quite here, Tommy. We were talking about it, but I was like, man, I miss her, and Index was like one of my favorite things that has been done in the last 20 years of wrestling. Yeah. And she's gotten really good. Like I told him, like I want her indie run to be like one of these, like a McIntyre did, or where they kind of have these strong runs and then come back to either WWE or AEW. I think she's that good. So.
I mean, Naomi did it. Now she is killing. So yeah. I feel like with Indy Hartwell though, if they let her beat JC Jane, which I agree she should, that would be her I can be as popular as the rest of the roster deal, because I hate it when they use popularity as an excuse to let someone go when you hear them getting a reaction from the crowd. Capitalize on that, put them on the screen more, give them a storyline that people care about. It's like, so because Indy Hartwell was getting reactions, people cheered about her. Like the whole Index thing was still great, even when she was when Dex Williams was released and came back, and then he showed up and the crowd went crazy and everything. I think they could still do something like that, even with him and Wyatt Six.
Mm-hmm. See, I that's what I said when they debuted the Wyatt Six. I wanted to see Wyatt Six running amok, but then he would stop when he would see her, and he would be all like, again,
or somehow she got pulled into the Wyatt Six group as well. Like that,
Oh, that'd be cool.
Or no, you know what I always thought they would do is like the Wyatt Six be running crazy, beating up everybody, beating up, and then but not even like Dexter would stop Nikki Cross. She would just be like, she would look at Indy Hartwell and be like, oh, nah, you're cool, and just like beat up somebody else, she would beat the mess out of Candice LeRae to see Indy Hartwell be like, oh no, you're cool. Never mind.
You know what? That should be a little variation, which would be funny. Like they're running amok backstage, and then he runs into Indy, and she's like, "Hey, honey, how you doing? Having a good day at work? Oh, you forgot your sandwich, And then goes back to beating.
He just eats it while he's standing there,
and then goes back
gives her the thumbs up and walks off. And you know what I would love even more? Okay, I know we're fantasy booking this.
Yeah.
Just keep going. They're gonna do a teen invasion of NXT. They might as well, Mind Runner. I mean, at this point, they should.
At least.
I would love to see it leading into Bound for Glory. Make this a TNA versus NXT Bound for Glory kind of thing. And the main event is Trick against Santana at this point. Let's just assume it's going to be him. Yeah.
But just to finish this completely ridiculous storyline that we're booking, at the end of it, like Uncle Howdy comes over and he says, "You know what?" And points like Dexter was walking. He looks at it and he's like, "You know what? You really make him smile. You're okay with the Wyatt Six." He's like, just walks off.
Oh god!
And everyone else is just everyone else how can they kick our ass every single week, but you're cool? She's like, I'm married to him.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
To add one more thing, you forgot your sandwich and your machete, the one that he had in his cleaver, whatever, in his jacket.
And look, and then Uncle Howdy comes back again. You know what? You found a good one, man. You found a good one. Like they just like lay waste to the entire locker room, be like, no, she's cool. It's like was it half baked? F you, you're cool.
I love it.
By the way, shout out to the Slammiversary crowd, 7,024. Largest, I believe this is the largest attendance of any TNA live event in North America in
I
its
think so.
history.
Yeah.
That's
really
which fortunately broke the record of the lockdown that we attended in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. That was the previous record, by the way.
Hey, but how long did we have that record?
You know, for a good while, they beat us by. Oh no, I don't think that was right. Because they put the attendance here for the lockdown we were at, it was 7,200. Somebody can't count. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to recount. Yeah, I demand a recount.
I demand a recount.
Math education in this country.
Yeah, Texas versus New York in this thing here. Yeah. Anyway, and for those wondering what lockdown that was, lockdown 2013 in the Alamo Dome. The reveal that Bully Ray was the president of Aces and Eights, that whole ordeal. So so
the reason I'm reacting like that is also because one of the
hold on, is this legit or is he fucking around? Does that really happen?
Wait, what?
No, I think he's just saying like.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, whoa, I missed something.
No, it's a Wednesday, so definitely doesn't happen.
I mean,
I didn't see it yesterday.
Summer booking decisions have happened.
Yeah. So.
Better. That would be kind of genius.
Okay, if you say so. Anyway, damn, I completely forgot where I was going with this. So never mind.
Sorry.
Oh no, never now. The reason I reacted to that because like I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and talking about like, and they were asking, so when did you graduate? And I was like, college. I was like 2011. She's like, I was in middle school. I was like, thanks, appreciate that. Thank you for that. Okay, Runner, we don't have enough time to go into the ways Naomi's killing all of us because she is like having the time of her life with this gimmick, and I'm happy for her because this level of insane, pretty hot, pretty hot. Alrighty, Jimmy Uso, you lucky bastard. That's why that man ain't trusting him in the world title. He don't give a damn. I mean, he don't care.
Trying to see what's next on the agenda for
United 210.
No, Bound for Glory. I know. I'm trying to. I got to double check what the Impact Plus events are in between. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's where we sit right now with TNA with NXT. Interesting to see what these next few months are going to be as they build up to Bound for Glory, and maybe we do get a TNA invasion. You know, trying to come get their championships back would be pretty interesting. So. All right. Now, Mike, do you have the card pulled up for this Friday?
I have it written down.
All right. Cool.
Not very sloppy handwriting.
Nice. Well, it's only something you can read, and you got
exactly.
United 210 Friday at the War Pit. This was postponed, or I guess they postponed a week because we had SmackDown in San Antonio last Friday.
Yeah, they originally had it for July 18th, but then SmackDown was in town. So
WWE trying to compete with United 210 like they compete with AEW with NXT. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
also, Alejandra / Samantha Irvin was on that SmackDown again, right at the very beginning. So Alejandra was, I think, medical personnel again. Like there was some SmackDown thing at the beginning where the Garzas or Legado was in like a car accident, and they were getting checked out. It led to a whole story of Solo eventually getting arrested at the end of the night. But once again, Alejandra was like outside acting like medical personnel. And people were like, oh, look, Samantha's back on SmackDown. But she kind of likes it. Like Alejandra plays into it, and she like reposts it when they do it. But I just think it's funny.
It's so funny.
Okay.
And by the way, Angel, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Me and JC are older.
I don't care. I don't think I understand how much that does not matter to me. It's not. I do not care.
I'm trying to just ignore some of the comments that make me feel old, but just get right through it. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So kicking off this Friday. Now I don't know, kick it off, but there are first of all some matches in the United 210 U.S. title tournament. One of those is Texas Treat ? Remember David Teen? We talked about that earlier, Tommy. We went over how to
No, I agree. It's just like because like I'm laughing because it's like that's kind of where I'm at. Like, is he?
I
We're
don't
trying
know.
to figure out if there was a Bucky's under construction between here and the Von Erich
Yeah.
branch to kind of screw everything up, but
There is.
There is.
I've seen signs for it that when you go out to Bird, there's one under construction going out that way. There is one under construction out there. I can't remember where it was.
I need to write a book on this shit. I really do, on the Texas indie scene. I do.
I don't know where they're building it, but whenever we go out to Bird, there are signs for it. I don't know where it is, but there's one under construction.
All right. I guess once they have the groundbreaking, shit gets crazy. Yeah. So.
Jason, my grandfather's church had one, and that was the last place I knew I had a rotary phone.
My grandma used to have one.
We didn't.
So in the U.S. title tournament, we have David Teen versus King Rob Love. So again, potential Treats versus Kingdom, but again, we don't know about Teen's official status yet. Also in that tournament, second round matches, we have Stud Stash versus Hit. So that is a Big E certified big meaty men slapping meat.
Yep.
Bernsey, if you're still in the chat, go ahead and do your line for a match like that. And then also, I'm pretty sure this is also a tournament match. We have Epidemius Jr. versus Diego Rene, which two really good wrestlers.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not like that. That's actually something I can look forward to.
Yeah, that's gonna be one hell of a match. At tag team match, it's kind of interesting. Living in Fashion versus Nasty Bros, which I don't know if they're Nasticos like illegitimate children or
I have so many questions
followers, but two guys that dress like Nastico but aren't Nastico and are like his underlings against Living in Fashion. So
Nastico is an underling.
Well, I mean, yeah. Also, there's a triple threat with Vin Parker, who's out of Dustin Rhodes' school in Austin, versus Chase Owens, who is kind of no longer the crown jewel of the Bullet Club. He's kind of become the not the Midnight
Lone Star, the Lone Star something. Hold on.
Is he even in the Bullet Club anymore? I thought he was done with them.
That's what I mean. Like he's not really that anymore.
He's in House of Torture now.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. That's what it is.
But Chase Owens, you'll find his name.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for
versus Houston Hendricks, another young kid out of Texas. So Chase, I'm sure, will have some fun with the two young kids, but it is a triple threat. That's
what? Chase Owens beating up young guys in Texas?
Yeah.
Hey, it ain't so.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Holly? Jesus.
Wow. Mind Runner, yes. And James, it's a definite possibility, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
the Lone Star Outlaw. That's Chase.
There we go. That sounds better.
No bread, no water, just me.
There we go, Birdsey. That's what I was waiting for. Yeah. For the Stash versus Hit match. No bread, no water, just meat.
Sponsored by the Salt Lick Barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
Then we have a singles match, which is what I'm sure we're all looking forward to. Ridley versus Callie. No titles on the line, just Treats versus Kingdom in that ever going on feud that we thought was squashed and then suddenly got rekindled when Don Juan returned. Some interesting developments with the tag belts. Because Dead Man's Hand may have lost another member. What we have is Jay Young going one-on-one with Jacob Toa of the Sons of the Gulf Coast. And if Jacob loses, if Jay loses, if Jacob beats Jay, then no combination of the Dead Man's Hand can challenge the Sons again while they're champs.
Okay.
So even if Brock Ali does officially become a member, if Jay doesn't win, then it doesn't matter for that. But I think that's also like a no-holds-barred match. I'm not 100% sure. What else do we got? We have... I don't know if Keys got a match for her belt. But I didn't see it. I know Maya's still the number one contender as far as we know. And Little Evil was the winner of that ladder match, but he's injured, so I'm sure some things will be addressed. Hopefully, with that.
Yeah.
And then the title match, the final match for the title, Casey Blackrose, the champion, will be facing Armani Sage.
And that is the biggest "why is this happening" I've had this year.
Oh, come on.
I don't care.
Of all the things I know you don't like him, but that doesn't mean him getting a title match is like the worst thing that's happened this year.
Yes, it is. Because I hate him.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, Key will be on vacation. Well, cool. And enjoy your vacation, Key. You deserve it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the card as far as I know.
It's hard for her to be one of the pillars of the entire women's division of Texas. So
she has 2 belt vibes. So
yeah. 2 belt vibes. Okay.
But yeah. So another nice card set up there at the War Pit. Looking forward to it.
I may be working during the show. I'm trying to see now, but we'll see.
Just quit.
Dude, bro, after the past couple weeks I've had, man, don't tempt me. Look, I hope nobody from none of my jobs is watching this, but the number of times I have deleted resignation letters in my head. Because if they get typed out on a document, they're going.
Mm-hmm.
That's so that we can discuss that off camera.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, wouldn't bring that up. No, he loves his job, guys. Don't worry. So, all right.
I ain't gonna say all that right now. I don't give a damn who watching at this point. So.
United 210 event is Friday, July 25th at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Doors opening at 6:30 from the War Pit in San Antonio, 14524 US 281 South. Bring your own chair. BYOB. Adults are $10.
Has it actually said 6:30 and 7:30?
6:30 is doors. 7:30 is when it starts. That's what I got.
Oh, okay.
But that's
because usually it's 6 and 7. You might be right. I haven't even.
Said.
Oh wait, maybe I won't be too late after all. We'll see.
Oh no, you're right. It's usually 6 and 7. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Wait a little bit longer for the sun to go down a little bit too. So
you're not wrong.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
The first couple of matches that night they got some cool photos because like the sun was in the background. Wasn't great for our eyes. So
yeah,
probably not wrong.
So bring your own sunglasses.
Bring
canopy.
Bug spray again.
Bring bug spray. Yeah, especially with all the rain that we've gotten. BYOB.
If you need it, bring sunscreen. Never been a problem for me. But
if you're going to bring your own alcoholic drinks, please aluminum cans. Don't bring glass. Don't be stupid. Okay. Aluminum cans only. Bring your chair if you want. Vendors on site. What?
James.
Oh my God.
Yo, James, my brother in Christ. Do we have a problem? Because damn. No, I like getting paid.
Yeah, who do you think he is? Knopf? Oh wait, sorry.
Knopf ain't even here.
I know. I'm just messing with it.
He's gonna watch it later. Heard this on Spotify. Yes, we are on Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
Well, that'll test to see if he he actually is listening on Spotify.
All right, let's move into our
just messing with you. Just messing with you, Knopf.
All right, Mike, do you have something this week?
I do.
All right,
I'm sorry.
Go for it, sir.
I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about till I watched the beginning of Dynamite tonight. And the opening match was Hangman defend. Well, I don't know if he was defending, probably was, but against his name's Wheeler Yuta of Death Riders. And Wheeler jumped him before the match started to try to get advantage. But obviously Hangman quickly turned it around, hit him with the buckshot, got the win. Afterwards, got the chain, the same one he used to hang Moxley at All In, and attacked Wheeler with it, and he punched, was punching him with it, got him bloody, and then tried to hang him with it. And he was about to toss him over the top rope when he stopped. And then he turned to him and said, "Who's coming for you? Look who's coming for you. Nobody's coming for you. They don't care about you." And y'all know that back when the whole story started with Wheeler joining what was Blackpool Combat Club at the time, I was really excited about it. I kind of liked the wrestler he was, and I thought giving him with them was like a perfect fit. I don't like how he got kind of turned into the lackey of the Death Riders, where he was getting beat up. He was kind of treated like a joke. So I'm hoping and I'm praying this kind of kicks off his, Virgil versus $1 Million Man angle, if you will, where it leads to him standing up for himself and fighting against the death race. Because I think with a haircut, it would be a lot better, and it could be a good story. So I'm hoping that's what happens, but we'll see.
All right. Mike endorsing
Ooh.
another bald wrestler. Yeah. So no, I'm just
Hold
kidding.
on. This question, Angel, did she answer that?
Ooh.
Is she riding with Ridley, who she made a bracelet for? She made a bracelet for a bunch of people.
I think she kind of answered it. She said, "No gracias."
And you know what? That's fair. At Hybrid, I didn't choose between Ridley and Key.
I couldn't.
We just cheered for the match, for a good wrestling match.
I said yay wrestling more times I think I've ever had in my life.
When they did the dueling chants, I was chanting both sides. So, you know.
Yep.
So I get that, Angel. Just saying.
All right, Tommy, you got something this week?
I don't. Do I?
I don't know.
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try and share my screen, see if this works here. See if the sound will play with it too. Look, the creativity of kids is something very, very fantastic. The guys have seen this. Let me see if the audio plays. Let me know if you guys hear it.
Whoa, Mind Rider. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you hear it?
No.
No? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this with my earphones. But this is a wrestling match booked by an 8-year-old with some camera work from my 11-year-old daughter too. And let's just say we quote some of this around the house, but enjoy. So.
Here's a man that is looking to take out both of his opponents, but has never defeated them. Boston Gold against Shinsuke Nakamura. Here comes the match. Kick to the chest. Slap to the left. Now Boston Gold's down and Shinsuke is flexing on his opponent. Punch to the face of his own. RKO. They're down. Oh, 1, 2. Wait, what? Finn Balor came to help. Boston Gold. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Boston Gold. Thank you, brother. And they're gonna shake their hands. Wait, it's a heel turn. Holy heaven! Well, we'll see you in a new match against all these three in a triple threat. Well, we'll see you at Sunday night's main event.
Okay. Let me just say, "Holy heaven" has become a catchphrase around the house. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I might have to jack that saying and start using it my damn self, actually. So,
Look, go ahead, Mike.
No, I asked this question in the chat when you shared this, and I need to know, who is Boston Gold? Who does he wrestle for? What's his story? Because Boston Gold I have not heard of.
You didn't know Billy Gunn's name, so he just named him Boston Gold.
you know what's worse about you know the worst part about that? Boston Gold isn't the worst wrestling.
No, it's not.
Actually, I'm thinking.
Look, he has two more of these. He has two more of these. I'm probably sharing this with you in the coming weeks. You guys have seen the second one. He sent a third one when they were at the beach for a week with my parents, and that one has a lot more flexing. It's fucking hilarious.
He does like the flexing.
Yes, he does.
That's one of his booking trademarks.
So serious question.
Yes.
When does Tony Khan call him and say, "I love your work, love what you're doing. How soon can you come down?" You're booking all out. So.
I need to put these on TikTok and just see what happens. This is freaking fantastic. By the way, T and I have put up a couple videos where we pull out an old mix CD that I put together years ago, 20 years ago.
I saw.
We found a retro CD player that also plays MP3s at Staples. It was on clearance, and it sounds fantastic.
Exchange sells them now. That's blew my mind.
What does?
Yeah.
Like they sell like old CD players.
Oh, who does?
CD Exchange.
CD Exchange is still around?
Yeah.
Isn't it like CD, movie, anything we can sell exchange?
It's CD Exchange, DVD Exchange, Movie Exchange, and I shop in all.
I need to find this. Anyway,
the one I went to just today was on 281 and Bitters.
Okay.
Okay.
There's one on Bandera and Hebner too.
All right.
I know where all them are. Just ask me where you want to go, and I'll tell you where it is.
I'll tell you where Played Again Sports is, where I look for mine. Anyway, yeah. So we found it, and oh my god. But anyway, back to these little wrestling matches. He's done 3 of them. I don't know what else he's gonna do, but let's just say something crazy happens in the house. We're all yelling "Holy Heaven," and it's fantastic.
I even started putting that in my rotation of things to say, like just like "Holy Heaven."
So look. All I'm saying this is parents, never, ever, ever kill the imagination of your kids. That it's something. It's passionate. Who cares if you don't think it's not going to make them money? Let them have this passion for it. And quite frankly, some people might argue this was booked better than Slammiversary was when it came to a triple threat match. But anyway, so. It was just fun, and I just wanted to share that because as kids, like I've never pushed them to like a certain wrestler or anything like that. They've come up with that all on their own. My son's walkout song is Joe Hendry still, and when he plays baseball. So, but it's fun. I love it, and
hey,
it just enjoy that with your kids. I'm glad that they love wrestling, and
hey, my
part 2 and 3 maybe down the road. We'll see if they make more of them. But yeah, fantastic.
Look, I'm living proof of what parents letting you do your own thing is, because I had the craziest imagination growing up. My parents will tell you, my dad had built me like this fort, and all my action figures were in. And dude, the number of times the Ninja Turtles and Transformers and the Avengers would team up to fight Skeletor and any named Power Rangers villain here was insane. And I'm a writer now, so.
No, when I was little, I used to have a little backpack with. First, it was like He-Man characters. Then it became Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
And then eventually wrestling figures, but they weren't for playing He-Man or Ninja Turtles. They were wrestling figures, and like Bebop and Rocksteady would be the bigger guys. I had a whole thing for it. It was funny.
And then eventually your little G.I. Joes became like the midget wrestling promotion that you put together.
Well, because they could bend better, right?
Yeah, I know, right? So
okay, James brings up a good point. If we start yelling "Holy Heaven" at shows, that's just so you know. That's we
gotta yell it on top rope.
Oh God!
By the way, this is one of the best shots of this. Slap to the face. What the hell happened to Boston Gold, aka Billy Gunn's head, right there?
That was a slap, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Hey. So sometimes you gotta sell it as best you can.
I know.
If you can turn it.
I know. Well, thank you everybody for listening, watching, and listening on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, go watch our YouTube version of this to see the epicness that was part 1 of my son's match booking with his action figures. Yes. Once again, United 210, Friday, July 25th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Gates opening at 6:30 from the War Pit, 14524 US 281 South in San Antonio. Tickets are $10 for adults. Kids 12 and under are free. Bring your own chair. Bring your bug spray. Bring some sunglasses for the first part of the show, and bring your own drinks, cans only, please, and your own chairs, as I mentioned already. So, yeah. So, next week, we'll talk about what happened at United 210. We'll preview, or we'll discuss any of the latest wrestling news, and preview WWE SummerSlam. Yes.
I still didn't realize it was so early in August. It still freaked me out.
And I'm still kind of in the place where it's like, I guess nothing enough has been announced yet. I don't care yet. So
well, that's fair.
I mean, they kind of put a lot out there, but yeah.
James and Jason said it too. PWE is this Sunday as well, and it's free with donations. If you bring a donation, you get it free.
Quick update though, what TNA has on the road to Bound for Glory. TNA Emergence is August 15th on TNA Plus, and Victory Road is September 26th. So that's what they got in between now and Bound for Glory.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
And Angel said it. Yeah, she said it. Happy early birthday, Mike.
Yes, finally want to say that too. To my best friend Mike, happy birthday. His birthday is tomorrow, so if you see him at United 210, make sure you
punch him.
I mean,
what? What? No, that's wrong.
Any idea.
Look, guys, all I'm saying is apparently pay attention to my social medias tomorrow. There's rumors going around that I am receiving some videos from some people, and I'm not sure if all of them are nice. So we'll see.
So
what
the
happens.
countdown that you put on your story, is that for the videos launching or?
No. That's just till midnight. But you know,
I know. Let's see. 12:01.
I've heard through the grapevine. Also, Tommy, we got to get a Holy Heavens just chant starting at a show.
Okay.
Holy Heaven. Holy Heaven.
I'm 100% in for this. Okay,
I'm making the T-shirt and selling them.
I was gonna say,
hell yes.
Put the Kansas City WrestleCast logo on there, and like, dude, we could do this thing. We could do this.
I'm about to go play this. When we finish up here, I'm about to go play this for Tina. See what we can do about that.
I'm so amped for this right now.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. And if you are listening, definitely go back and watch at least that segment there on 1 minute warning. So, oh my gosh. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. As always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
Holy
See you
heaven.
next week. Holy
Adios. Adios, Gunther. I'm down too. Holy heavens, it's Boston Gold.